Hi, I'm Sherry Boykin. Thanks so much for joining us here at Faith and Tales. I need to tell you, I was just 7 years old when I heard the word epilogue for the very first time. And I remember it so clearly because we were all at my great grandparents' house, which is where we were most Sunday evenings. And I was watching on this one particular night, I was watching a show called FBI. And in this show, they dramatized the unfolding of a story from an actual FBI case that had already been solved. And invariably, in the story, there'd be a person introduced who didn't seem to fit in that story, seemed like an unimportant person, hard to make them fit with the rest of the people in the story. Sometimes there'd be a clue as to what eventually happened with the main characters in the case. And then likewise, I would think, well, I'm not sure I understand how they figured out anything from that tiny little piece of a clue. But then there'd always be something fun at the end. After the regular part of the show was over, they'd have one last scene called the epilogue. And in that epilogue, they would tie together all those loose ends of the story that were previously confusing and cause the story to make sense. And there'd be a huge sense of satisfaction, even in my little girl soul, at having that story make sense, understanding it. Now, let's fast forward to today. Let me tell you, I am still very much in love with epilogues. But now I like to look at them from a different point of view. I'd like to look at them from God's point of view. Not an easy thing to do, I might add. But what we do here at Faith and Tales is we share stories, biblical narratives, stories of faith, all in an effort to help you see that the epilogue is worth the journey. So if you're wondering why some awful thing had to happen as part of your story, why something so difficult that perhaps has plagued you for years needs to even be in your memory banks, if that's you, then we would encourage you here to realize that the story unfolding in your life reflects something that God wants you and me to know about Him. Sounds exciting to you, please continue to follow us and like us on this page. Share it with your friends who you think would likewise enjoy it. If you are into having more private conversations and discussions about the stories that we present, and that you might want to present your own story perhaps, and join us in Faith and Tales community. It is a private group attached also to this page. And if you are a woman who thinks, I think I'd like to share some of those stories God has allowed in my life, that He's brought right to me, because it is clear now on the other side of it that He wants me to share that with others, that they may also be helped. If that sounds like you, then please do join us at Closer to the Mic, also a private page attached to this group. And we would love to join you there and help you with everything you will need along the way to get yourself established in a speaking ministry.